Okay, we're gonna try it again. Hopefully it's gonna work. Oh my goodness, guys. Sometimes it's a challenge. Sometimes. Sorry about that. It's the story of my life. All right, let me share that over. Oh my goodness, guys. I had to restart everything. I don't know why that happens. It just does happen. It just happens sometimes. So I had to restart everything. Okay. I'll try to pay better attention. I didn't have my phone open, so I didn't see that I had frozen right away. But now I do. Now I do. Okay, go ahead and say hello again so I know that you're there. I am going to bring up the comments again. We're having such a good conversation. I guess it was one-sided. Did you even hear what I was saying? I tell you, it's a challenge sometimes. All right. Hey, Sarah. Holy cow. I had to restart everything. It's a Monday. Okay. I didn't paint anymore. I don't even know where I left off. I don't know what I was saying. But anyways, just grateful for the craft shows. Grateful to be here. And let's get painting. Let's get this done. Okay, so aloe. So at least these are dry, and then I'll get my next coats on. Holy cow, it's a Monday for sure. So this is aloe. It's a Monday. It happens. Hi guys. All right, Monday motivation. Oh my goodness, yes. Hi Holly, how are you? Okay, you could hear me, but I was just frozen. Okay, glad you could hear me. At least I don't cuss when that happens, right? So I was talking to my dad last night about things and how he'd helped me so much when I was a kid by helping me set goals and all of that stuff. And I think I made him cry. I heard his voice break a little bit, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to make my dad cry. But it was nice to talk to him. Okay, putting second coats on. We do have to do details. We got to do stripes on the scarf. We got to do his little cheekies, and his ears have a little bit of pink in them, kind of highlighted, and then his eyeballs. All right, so I hope it stays down. You know, that happens about once a week where I have to restart everything. Maybe I just need to get in the habit of every Sunday I start everything over so that on Monday it is good to go. I don't know what happens. Maybe there's just a glitch in the network. Who knows? But there we go. Okay, let me go ahead and dry. So, oh guys, guess what happened on my husband's fishing trip? You were sure adopted by... Yes, I was. I was adopted by great people, Sarah. I really was. My dad really helped me a lot when I was a kid. So I was sharing a lot of that with Brandy and Angie when we were on our trip. We went to Sedona. How, very young in life, my dad helped us set goals. My dad actually sold some type of goal setting type program, and us kids were all on it. We had our little books, and we set our little goals every week, and we had our father-daughter, basically an interview on almost every Sunday. We'd go and Dad would say, how are you doing on your goals and what have you accomplished? So it was kind of cool that from a very young age, we were taught to set goals and achieve things. Because you know what, if you don't set goals in your life, then how do you know that you accomplished anything? Just like Sarah, if you make a list of these are the ornaments that I want to paint this week, and then you get to check each one off. You feel accomplished as you're able to check each one off. So those are small goals. We have short-term, we have long-term goals, and my dad taught me how to do all of that, and it really was a good thing. I need a different color. I need a darker brown for the hooves. Let me do that. Hi, Lucia. How are you? I am glad I'm back. I'm back. All right. Let me just put a little bit of this. This is burnt umber. Actually, it's espresso, but it's the same color as burnt umber. I'm going to do the hooves. on there. I'm going to grab some small brushes. I'm going to need a brush to do the stripes on the scarf. I'm going to be scooting everything up, moving things, moving. So I have more room down here. Let me scooch that up. You know, I'm just going to stick that right there. Okay, move the paintbrush. Hopefully we stay live. Okay, here's for the hooves. I just have a little angle brush, and so there's one here, and then there's one here, and then two here. Okay, so just go like that. The other leg is on top of that, so you don't have to be so careful about where you stop, because the other leg is going to be right there. Okay, and then these, and we are going to do cheekies. The cheekies are up by the eyeballs, not down on the muzzle, okay? There'll be a little line on the muzzle. Is there a little dot? There is a little dot too. It's like his mouth going, ooh. So I need to do that. Let me get my marker. So how are you, Lucia? Good morning. Let me just grab that. I'm going to scooch it up just a little bit more. I'm going to do the line with my marker. There are eyebrows also. So here is the mouth. Like, not the mouth. It's not really a mouth. It's like a line there down the center. And then there's a little tiny dot. I'm going to do that with the dark brown. It's kind of like his mouth. Like in an O shape. Like, just like that. Okay, there's a little dot. Okay, we're going to put that right up there so I don't touch it. And then we're going to do, let me get my little thing for cheekies. Okay, this is the little dauber for cheeks. I have vintage pink that I'm going to use. You could use red, whatever, but I like to use the pink. I'm pretty consistent about doing that unless I forgot it. Which sometimes I'll go somewhere and have everything go, oh, I forgot the pink. So I'll use red. But you're going to dip your dauber thingamadiggy into the paint, and then you're going to tap it onto your paper towel and kind of twist to get a lot of that off. You don't want it to be very dark. We're going to be doing the face, okay? So we're going to be doing right by where the eyeballs are to the side, and then we're also going to put some on the ears, okay? So his ears have some. So I'm just kind of twisting it so I have my round part for the cheekies. And then I'm just going to use the edge of it and just put a little bit where the ears are. You could use a Q-tip if you want, but I'm just putting just a little bit right in there so that it just has a little bit, okay? Then we're going to do eyeballs. I need some black. I'm going to need another dish because all of those are taken. So I need some black for the eyeballs, but I think I should do my eyebrows first, so it's easier for me. I'm going to do my eyebrows with my pen. I just use a permanent marker. I like to use the Identi-Pen. Okay, these eyeballs aren't round, they're oval. So they're oval, and we will also put a little white highlight in them. Okay, so we need to do the stripes on our scarf. Let's do that, and then we'll dry all the things that need to be dried. So we're going to take the scarf, and we're going to do red stripes on the scarf. Going to move that. Going to bring in a small brush. I have a small angle brush. We're going to do white stripes. I'm like, which one do I need? Let's use the smaller one. We'll use even smaller. Okay, so this is Tuscan red. We don't need a lot. I'm going to look at my sample. Here's my sample. Here's my sample picture. I'm going to look and see the red starts right on where the little fringe is. Okay, so I usually will start that way so that I know exactly where it is, and I just follow what my pet. Actually, this goes over the top of it. I don't need to paint that one. It's okay though. I did start where I thought or does this one go? Yeah, that one goes over the top. Okay, so the one I just painted, I really didn't need to, or is it this one that goes over it? Oh no, guess what? Let's see. It's this other one that goes over that. Okay, I'm good to go. Keep going, Darlene. Whew. I'm a little tired. I had problems with my knees hurting me so bad, guys. When I was done, tearing down's a lot. It's a huge thing. Okay, so for me, I had to tear down the checkout area. I did that really quickly. And then we had a friend that wasn't going to be able to be there to pack up her stuff. Judy came in and she packed all that, thankfully. And then I started my booth. My booth takes about 3 hours to pack. And it did. It did take us that long. My husband got there. He wasn't too happy about the new tree, but I was, because I love it. But I just need to move things in my trailer because there wasn't room for everything. We barely fit everything in. I'm telling you. I had, what I say, 6 or 8 empty boxes. I can't remember. Is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, I think it's 8 empty boxes. So those were in there all stacked together with the paper because there's paper that wraps everything. So 8 empty boxes, and then everything else. We barely shut the door on the trailer. His truck was all packed with my friend Cindy's stuff, so he could not put anything in there. We didn't want anything in the back of the truck because we were just going to pull it in. So we barely shut the door on my trailer. It was that full. And he doesn't pack everything as tightly as I do inside the truck. So I know how the puzzle goes together. Okay, I'm gonna dry this and we'll see if we need to do a second coat on that red. What time did we finally leave? I left at 7:30. We were done at 7:30. So I was done. B was right before me. B got out right before me. And Elena was right before her. So it was B, me, Elena, and Ann McDermott. We were the last 3. So yes, 7:30ish. But we did get kind of a late start. We had some shoppers at the end. So the hooves, I need a second coat on those. All right, so sometimes I'll take a look at it and go, I need a second coat. My red, I'm going to do a second coat. And then we're going to do our stencil on that tree. We have our little stencil. Where did it go? It's here somewhere. Oh my goodness, guys. Where did I put it? Where did I put the stencil? Do you guys see it? Anywhere? I moved it when I had to restart everything. I might have to go get another one in the other room. Oh my goodness. I am not seeing it. I think it must have fallen. It must have jumped ship. I am not seeing. Is it underneath here? I don't see it underneath there. I'll have to look on the other side. Okay. Isn't that funny? Oh my goodness. So I got home late. We left there at 7:30. And we always pay our janitor really well because he takes care of us. I always feel bad because he's there late. But yeah, it's a lot of work to tear down from them. I'm not seeing my stencil. It's blending in with everything. It's probably right in front of my eyes. Good morning, Barb. How are you? Way more fun to set up than tear down. Yeah. Well, but there was a lot less tearing down. And I did have someone come and help take off things off of the tree and off of my my grid. And she's like, I'll just put it over here. And that really did help a lot. Okay, let me just get these really quick. And then I'm going to have to go grab another stencil from the other room because I honestly don't know what I did with it. I think maybe it fell off the front of it might have fell off the front. Maybe it's on the floor. When I had to restart everything, chaos began. So I'm going to have to take a peek, and I have more cut in the other room because I want to show you how to do the stencil. We're going to use the little sponges. Okay, so let me find that. So sit tight for just un momento. I'm looking around. I'm going, where did it go? It's probably attached to me. It probably is here somewhere. I probably set it somewhere safe. Do you ever do that? You set it somewhere safe? Let me look in front here. Okay, it's not on the floor. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab another one. that is the story of my life. I lose things like that. Anyone else? Anyone else just walk off and forget things? I don't know where it is. It's here somewhere. I'm going to find it at some point. But here's the stencil. So, oh, you know what? It's right here on my keyboard. I found it. Oh my gosh, you guys. You guys. Yeah, my show was really good. It was fantastic. Our shoppers loved everything. It just, you know, it's just a feel-good show. We have a lot of shoppers that have been shopping since the beginning of this show. Judy has been doing this show for over 40 years. And they, you know, some of the people have been around that long. And some of the crafters have been around that long. I haven't been around quite that long. I've probably been with her for 35 years. It's a long time. It's a long time of doing those shows. It was fantastic. You forgot to set stuff off to the side, and yeah, I lose stuff all the time. Murphy's Law, you'll find it when you don't need it. Yeah, it was sitting next to my phone. It blended in with my keyboard of my iPad. I have a keyboard on my iPad. Okay, we're gonna do a stencil on this. Maybe, oh yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right here. Let's just do it right here. So I can't sell these, but I can give it to you. Okay. So when you purchase this kit, you're gonna get this stencil free. Okay. So Deep Hauser. Let me see. Okay, Hauser dark green. So this is actually evergreen. So it's not the color that it calls for on the color sheet, but we're going to use evergreen because we just need a darker green. And I'm going to use one of these little sponges. So they're the little makeup sponges, and I did use it the other day when I was doing some stenciling, and it worked great. Okay, so I don't know how far up I need to go. So I'm just going to go to the top because it does have the snow cap on there, the snow part on there. Maybe I should start at the bottom. Maybe I should do that. Should I start at the top? No, let's start at the top because that's going to be more obvious. I'll have to do that, and I'll have to dry it really quick, and then I'll kind of have to piece it together. Okay, so let's start right like, let's start like that. Okay, right there. Okay, so I got my little makeup sponge. I did sell a ton of peanuts. I did. And I answered a lot of questions about that because people are, how can you sell peanuts? I'm like, because we are licensed through Chalk Couture. So a lot of people had that question. Aren't you afraid? I'm like, no, I'm not afraid because we are licensed. So yeah, I didn't take any stencils there. I thought about it. I thought about taking the stencils there, but then it's just confusing because they're like, well, how do you use these? I don't have time to explain that because I'm at the cash register. Okay, so I just dipped my sponge into my paint, and then I put it onto the paper towel and got some of it off. And I'm just going up and down. Okay, I'm holding this with my hand so it doesn't move. You can spray these with adhesive. Okay, so when we used to stencil a lot for our ornaments, because we used to do a lot of ornaments, we actually used to do a lot of Disney ornaments, all the princesses and all of that, and we had stencils, stencils galore. We would spray the back of our stencils with adhesive. Okay, so now just pull it straight up. Okay, let me just do the top part just a little bit more. So you're going up and down. You're not going sideways or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to pull that straight up. And then let's dry that, and then we'll just kind of piece it together. So like I said, I can't sell these because I am a Chalk Couture designer and I won't overlap selling stencils. However, I can just give it to you to use. You could use one of our Chalk Couture stencils too, but I'm going to give you this one. So, hey Michelle, how are you? I know I had to restart, so you didn't miss this. Yes, happy Columbus Day. Oh my goodness. It is Columbus Day. Okay, I'm going to try to do it exactly right on the other one and line it up. There we go. Okay, now this tree is going to go over here into part of that, so I don't have to do that entire thing. I'm going to just hold this and I'm just going to keep going. And hopefully we blended it together good enough. I'm sure it's going to be fine. But we can speckle this if we want to. We don't have to, but we can speckle it. If you want to add a little more to it, you can do that. Okay, I need more. I don't want to lift my hand. I'm going to do this and just grab some more paint. I'm going to dab it onto my paper towel here and just dab it a little bit and just continue. So my husband, he was going fishing with his brother and his brother's family on Friday. Remember I told you that? So his brother's been in town. His brother from Prescott has been in town. And so they were going fishing on Friday. My daughter, her husband, and my granddaughter, Haley, were all going fishing also. So there's a whole group of them on this fishing boat. And I get a message from my husband. He goes, well, we're heading back in. I'm like, what happened? A guy on their boat had a medical emergency, and my sister-in-law happens to be a nurse, and he was in and out of consciousness. He had heart issues, and he was also diabetic, and so she was attending to him. They could not call in the Coast Guard for some reason, so she was attending to him while they came back in. I'm just kind of looking to see where it's light. I didn't move it. I'm holding it tightly with my fingers. Okay, there we go. There's our pattern. Okay, I'm going to keep this, and I can cut that end off and reuse that for another one. And I'll make sure I wash this. These are reusable too. It's just plastic. It's Mylar. Okay, let's dry this, and let's see. I need to put white dots in the cheeky cheekies. So I'm going to bring this up. We're going to dry everything now. Let's dry everything. All right. Isn't that cute? So that's how easy that is. And I didn't go all the way to the top because there's snow. It's a snow top tree. All right. Make sure that's all dry. We're going to put white dots on the cheekies. And I'm going to just use my little stylus. And I'm going to put a little white dot in the eyeball too. So eyeball. So what I'm going to do is the eyeballs first. And then I'm going to do the cheekies just at the top. Okay, and we'll dry that. Okay, that's all we have to do. You can do a lot of other highlighting. Totally do tons of highlighting. You can... oh, you know what? We need polka dots on this. We do. We need polka dots on this. So white polka dot. You could use a stencil if you wanted to. We're just gonna use our stylus and just put a pattern of polka dots on here. And you can get at least 3 dots. They just get smaller. So the first one is larger because there's more paint, and then they just get smaller. So we're gonna do our polka dots on this. So I just kind of do a pattern, kind of, sort of. And anyways, I got all the tags sorted. I got to log everything onto my Excel spreadsheets, make sure I balance with the money, and I'm a happy camper. And then I have to wait for everything to clear. Today is a holiday. Today's a bank holiday, so I don't get to go deposit my cash, and credit card payments don't process on holidays. So all of that kind of comes to a halt. Okay, I think that's as far up as I have to go. Okay, let's dry our polka dots. You could use a stencil if you wanted to. They did not, they had the option to go back out, Sarah. They did, but they would have been really late because they got in and they go, well, here's your options. So they said, we can take you back out, or we'll give you a refund. And they just decided to refund because it was a half-day boat. They were supposed to be back, in the afternoon, and they wouldn't have got back till late that night, Saturday night. And some people had planned Saturday night. They had other things that they were supposed to do. So, yeah, they did not get to continue their fishing trip. Okay, I'm trying to get this all dry. We do need to ink all our edges, and then we'll get this assembled. You can put some of the fake snow on it if you want, and you could put glitter. Do as much or as little as you want. I have to be careful. The other day I was painting and I pressed and it all squirted out. Yeah, that was not fun. The dots always take a lot of time, so just allow. See, I just did it. Hello, Darlene. Don't press on it. Okay, let me find the right color. I think this is the right one. Maybe I just need to. I'm just gonna open the paint. I'm like, which color was that in the little style in the palette dish? Okay, let's just do this. I have an oopsie. It's probably gonna be covered by the mousse anyways. Okay, let's take everything off. And I'll just have to be careful with this because they're not all the way dry. All right. Okay. Take everything off and assemble it. Make sure, guess what? Did I do everything? Last time I had an area that I missed. I don't know what I did last time, but when I was doing it for my craft show, I was like, "Oh, I forgot to do this." And I had to go back. Okay, here's the legs. Here's the scarf. That goes on right there. Like that. And then this snowflake goes here and that goes there. Okay. All right. Let's take off the base. Has to be glued together. There's actually 3 pieces. Okay. So 2 that have holes in it and 1's base to kind of hold it because it is a lot. Okay. There's the snow. There's the top of the trees. And here's our snowflakes. Let's move this. How many vendors? Let's see. Oh, let's see. Hang on. Yikes. Okay. Approximately how many tags do you think there was? Oh my goodness. I should add up the tags. There was a lot of tags. You had a lot of tags, girlfriend. I don't even know what to guess. There were some people that had 2 pages of tags because they had so many different prices. I don't know. A lot. Thousands and thousands of tags. That's all I did yesterday. Was sit at my table. I took a couple of naps during the day. Laid my head on the table and took like a little half an hour nap. and then added again. I worked until midnight I just wanted to get all the tags done. So I put them on a little spreadsheet. I sort them by the dollar amount, and then I put all those prices onto the little sheet, and then I go back and I count how many $2, how many $3.95s, how many $9.95s, and put that on the sheet. And then tonight I will log all that into Excel. It will calculate how much everybody made, and it will total it. And it might have, I could do a total of how many tickets. That would be fun. That'd be fun to know. I'm going to guess there's probably 10,000 tickets. That's my guess. That's my best guess is 10,000 tickets. And then I need to balance with the money because I have all the money figured out. So, okay, I do need to do, like, on the ears, there's a little tiny area. And on the body, there is an area that I need to use a Q-tip that I can't get with the sponge. Like, it's hard for me to get right in here. So I'm going to, and on the tail too. So I'm going to use a Q-tip to do that. So let me grab that. I'm just excited to have them counted. It's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. So I kind of break it up into things. So tonight I'll log everything onto the Excel spreadsheet and try to balance with the money. And then the next night I will get all the checks, all written out for each person. And also tomorrow I have to take all the money to the bank because today is a holiday. Money can't go to the bank today. I think there's supposed to be a little bit of, you're supposed to put a little bit of the pinkish color on the tail. So let me just I'm grabbing my dauber. It still has some paint in it. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then I need to get around the antlers here. I'm using a Q-tip because it's hard for me to get in there with the ink pad. So areas that are hard, I just grab one of those little pointed Q-tips. They're just makeup Q-tips. You can get them at the drugstore. You can get them online. I just Google pointy Q-tips. That's what I do. Yeah, always busy. Yeah, always. But you know what? I'm so grateful for everybody that helps. We had such good helpers. People just jumped right in. So and my cashiers that cashiered, they knew. They're like, we're not leaving you. And they made sure that I went and took my lunch, ate my lunch, because there's many times when I don't get to leave to go to the restroom or go to eat my lunch. And everybody at the craft show just really, really, really made sure that all those things took place this time. Yep. We're a well-oiled machine, I'm telling you. The group of crafters at our craft shows, at many of our craft shows, we just all work together. We're a team. I always say that when I do my speech at the end. I always say we are a team, and it doesn't work if we're not a team. If everybody is just for themselves, then it's not going to work. We have to be there for each other. Oh, let's glue this together. We need to glue this together first. I should have had that glued together so that, and I need to plug in my glue gun. Let me just get this base one on here. You know, everybody really does help each other. And I would walk to my booth and thinking that, oh, I need to fill a spot. No, somebody else already did it for me. There were so many people taking care of my booth because, you know, when you're in charge of the show, or when you're just a cashier at a show, you're not able to be in your booth at these type of shows all the time. So other people step up. Okay, I got glue going everywhere. Hello. They step up and they help. And if they, you know, if that didn't take place, then I would have these great big holes in my booth, and it makes it look picked over. You don't ever want your booth to look picked over. When, you know, sure, it's nice to say, oh, I have all these things that I sold. You want your booth to look full for every single customer. When you sell something, move something around and fill that spot. Okay? Because customers don't want to come up and think that, oh, what did I miss? Okay, that's their mentality. Oh, there's 3 holes here. What did I miss? And they feel like they missed out on something, and they may not buy. Okay, I'm trying to plug in my glue gun. Hang on 2 seconds while I try not to fall on the floor and get this plugged in. Okay, yeah, we have such a supportive group. It is just amazing. And how many vendors? I don't remember. I honestly don't think that I counted this time to see how many vendors we had. Oh, look at this. So okay, oh, this goes over this. I'm like, needs to be painted under there. I am thinking that we had about 30-ish vendors, maybe 30. We usually have about 35. There are some people that had bigger booths instead of adding in new vendors. So I'll have to go back and look. I'm curious how many, because I think that in the spring show, I think we had 38, and that was a lot. That was probably too many. So it all works out. It all works out somehow, even though I was a little bit nervous that we were missing people. Everyone that was there stepped up and did extra work, and it's so appreciated. You know, our type of shows are different because they are blended, and we do have the cashier, so we have to have people on there. We have three cash registers going, and on Friday, as you know, it starts out where people come in and they shop, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to check out at once. But we did not have long lines. We kept on top of it. We kept our lines shorter so customers did not have to wait. We did not want them to have to wait a long period of time, because who wants to wait? No one. Not me. Not you. Okay, let me get these on here. No one wants to wait in line. So we try to keep our lines short so that everybody gets through it and they don't have to say, oh, that was the craft show where I waited in line for an hour. Nobody wants that reputation. I promise you, no one likes to wait in line. So sometimes they like to talk, but they don't want to wait in line. So anyways, We are a well-oiled machine. Okay, this goes over here about right here. I'm looking at my thing. I'm going to do mine at an angle because I just like the angle look. I should get out a sponge and do this, but I'm not. I'm just going to kind of wing it. And I'm going to do this at an angle that way. Okay, and then here's the scarf. So we do the scarf and then the other little part of it and the snowflake and then the button. All right, so there's that. Okay, so that just goes right in there. This part goes over the top and then the snowflake goes on top of that and then the button. Okay, so it's layers. I love when things are layered. It just makes it more fun. It just looks cute. All right, so there, and then the button in the center. Button. Who's got the button? Okay, so there we go. All right, now this is going to go in here. We're going to have our front. I kind of want to fit it together, make sure everything lines up. I got to let this sit for just a second though, because I don't want it to fall apart. All right, let me see. I have some really fun things coming up this week. I have them uploaded to my computer to cut. I just didn't want to show you until I actually have them cut out. But lots and lots of fun things coming. More ornaments, more standers, lots of Christmas stuff. Okay, isn't that so cute? Let me just go in a little bit closer now. Okay, don't need that anymore. Oh, guess what? Guess who didn't glue that on? Surprise! Hello. Okay, let me glue this. Darlene, what is wrong with you? Now we have to wait a second to put it together. But we can try these other pieces. Isn't that funny? It does dry pretty quickly. Okay. All right, so we got everything glued together. And so this is pretty solid already. Yeah. Okay, so here's how this goes. So see these slots here, these two slots, they go right in here. We're going to dry fit this to make sure it works. Okay, so that's going to go right there. That's going to be the front. Ooh, you know what? I didn't ink that. Let's ink that. Let's just put some ink on there. If you want to put some of the snow on there, if you want to use some of the Chocolate snow, that would be really cute. You could do that. You could totally do that. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so we're gonna dry fit everything, make sure it works, and then we'll take it out, we'll glue it. I have my hot glue gun. So this is like a little scene, a little woodland scene. Okay, I haven't tried this out yet, so I honestly don't know. Okay, yeah, it fits pretty tight right there. Okay, so now we have that. And then this is gonna go at the back. All right, so it's gonna, yeah, it all fits. Okay, so it's gonna go like that. Okay, I'm going to pull this out. I'm not gonna be able to put hot glue on those pieces. I'll be able to put it at the back of this, but I won't be able to put it on each of these pieces because everything fits so tightly together there. But I'm gonna put glue at the bottom, okay? I'm gonna put a little bit of glue at the bottom. Yeah, it is very supportive. You know, everybody in our group is great. So I think that's hard to learn sometimes. When people join our group, they're probably like, whoa, everybody's helping. Who moves stuff around in my booth? I've had people ask that before. Who moves stuff in my booth? Like, that's what we do. Okay, that is what we do. Maybe I'll just put a little bit of glue right back here. You know what? I'm going to do that, just our regular glue. And that way it will take time to dry, but it will be fine. Okay, that's going to go right there. And then glue here and here. And then get that fit back in there. Get my little mousse in there. Okay, get it all the way down in. Okay, it is. And then my trees. And then I'll hot glue at the back of that. I always like to glue those in so that, and I could put some in this, at the back of this. I just don't want it coming out. I'm like, I would rather have more and have it stay. Okay, this is gonna go here. Okay, just like that. Okay, so we have our little scene. I'm gonna put some hot glue right back here, and that's just going to help keep it there, and it's never going to detach. I'm not going to lose it at the craft show. You're not going to have somebody get up to the craft show and they're not going to have the base of that. So that's just standardly what I do, is I just run a bead of glue along there. Let me grab another glue stick. You have your first sphere, and hope those vendors are just, yes. Okay, make sure that you introduce yourself to your neighbor, and let them know, hey, if you need someone to watch your booth for a minute while you go to the restroom, I would be happy to do that for you. Just be nice. I'm going to tell you that at a regular craft show that isn't like ours, that you might run into people that aren't so nice, but don't be that way back to them. Okay. It never works out to be snarky back. It'll bite you. If you're snarky at people, it just will compound on itself. So when people are mean to me, I just will smile, I cannot bite back. I won't take the bait, because sometimes they want you to. So just be nice and kind and offer help and compliment them on whatever they make. Just say, oh, this is so nice. How did you do this? How many years have you been crafting? Stir up a conversation, where are you from? Any type of thing to get to know your neighbors around you, because they're going to help you. Okay. Even if you have a helper with you, if they know that you're friendly, if your crafters around you know that you're friendly, they're going to be more willing to say, if somebody comes in their booth looking for something and they don't have it, they're going to say, oh no, but Sally has it right over here. And they'll show the customer your booth. So anyways, you get more honey with more bees with honey, right? Is that how it goes? You get more bees with honey than with vinegar. All right, that's my suggestion, is just be kind to those around you and they'll be kind back. But there's always that one. And don't worry, it's not you. There are just some people that have jealousy and that are going to just be that way. Don't let it get to you. Don't take the bait. And that's what it is sometimes. And just be a good human. That's all we can do. Be a good human, smile, represent your product. Don't be on your phone. If you're sitting in your booth, be ready for the next customer. If you're sitting there at your phone and your customer glances over and sees your phone, they're probably going to walk right past your booth. That's the number one thing. Don't be on your phone. Okay, guys, I hope you love this as much as I do. I just think it's so adorable. I think it's cutie patootie. What do you guys think? Yes, stay in your own lane. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I love being able to talk to other crafters and compliment them, because people need that. People want to know that other people love their stuff. So definitely talk to your neighbors and offer help. They'll offer help if you need to go to the restroom, because at some point you're going to need to. Don't go all day without going to the bathroom. It's not good. I know it, because I do that sometimes. All right, guys, I hope you love it. It's so cute. It is so adorable. All right, let me give you the link. So if you want to purchase this, it is over on my website, and I'm going to give you the link for it. And sorry, we had to kind of take the long way around with this one. My goodness, there are just times when it's a struggle. All right, this is the add-on mousse with the tree stander. It's over in the October's in the section for my monthly kit, but it is also in the Christmas section. This does you do get a discount on this. If you go to the VIP group, you're going to get your discount code, and use that discount code every single day. So basically, VIPs, you're getting a discount every single day. Let me give you the VIP group. If you're not in the VIP group, you want to be, because that's where the sales take place. That's where the code is. I think it's cute too, Pam. Now I just need a dozen of them for my craft show, huh? All right, I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic Monday, and I will see you